welcome to yet another edition of Constituents Talk. And today we wrap up our tour of Bululima West constituency in Matabeleland South Province. And the National Assembly member is Honorable Dingimuzi Phuti. Section 56 of the Constitution of Zimbabwe talks about equality and non-discrimination. And in fulfillment of that, the government of Zimbabwe, through the First Lady, Amai Auxiliary Mnangagwa's initiative of integrating marginalized communities into modern-day societies.
For ages, the San community has been relying on hunting and gathering, but through the First Lady's Amai Auxiliary Mnangagwa's initiative, the government of Zimbabwe is integrating them into a modern-day society.
We want to give our appreciation to the head of state, President Mnangagwa, for his steward leadership that has seen us managing to fulfill the program and process of integration. Integration through his statement that no one in Zimbabwe shall be left behind. And indeed, the San community in Makulela, where we are today, are testimony to that statement, because we have seen the love and attention that they've been given, among other groups, of course, like the Doma people in Kanyemba.
In her efforts to expose them into the outside world, the First Lady Amai Auxiliary Mnangagwa organized a holiday trip to Victoria Falls for the Khoisan community.
We are now with the village head Machena Ngube, who also happens to be the link between the government and the San community. Village head Machena Ngube was also part of the San delegation that traveled with the First Lady Amai Auxiliary Mnangagwa to Victoria Falls.
Takamilika papa tikanda kabulawayo. Tikazwa kabulawayo mota ikatisa pa panwe pa hotela. Hotela kona nokuti nje ninu zakafunda ndo ndiziva. Tikalala zvakanaka pamibhedha double bed. Tikadla zvichu, tikadla danoni, kose chicken, ilova nemaforogo kwati. Kuchena pakati ke makanda ndikuita papadhila tinabukela tiri pamadhabuli tibukela ma TV ati muka mangwana kuve ku 7 o'clock ku airport tive tienda suka tiwana from machina hey papa ndo tachini atendo tete mana vana ai matiko gato ko hinga mwali tilunza matikiti tipeza tinkira from machina yeso ubu sikati inda di airport so airport tijita kwa kuna kuzondibulaka kwandizipila abana mako wachi akwazipa me pati zipila zenze tata pama ai ngolo tachisika ku follows
ndinda kakumbi neutungamiri kuti ndipelekedze vana vemasana venovona ndau ino Victoria Falls. Iko kuya ndakakubona kuti me First Lady vapachedza kumuli imwe ili muhalima. Halima ndisingabve kuti halima lasavona besingazive chimwe chinotikala kudzimwe ndau dzavasani vakasvika. Vakalala muhotela vakavedlane fork and knife vendibvunzwa veti gogo kobhatiwa chini kodliwa chini ndivalakiza nditi nobhata ujali vamwe veti ai okona huko vedlane mavoko tiseka tikholisa.
The trip to Victoria Falls was an eye-opener to the Khoisan members as they experienced things they had never imagined in their lives.
Wonderful. Lezilwane eziningi kakhulu. Ngiyajabula kakhulu. Ngabamba labatwana bengwe babamba angajabula kakhulu sibili. Ngabona sihamba from China kakhulu kwakumnandi over sibili.
Ndafunda zinjisa over vele ndakandabo Takanda kuna Zambia, takanda kuna vile ya ibuda, wakati takafunda, takanda kuna nezoho, takafunda nezoho, takanda zifida tatara from China.
Sawa nguma Mnangagwa kamsenda wone zichene. Sawa wone zinema zane zichene, kunge zilwane indlovu, impisi, amakhanka, impofu. Sabona le mfuyo ehlala iqhotha kuphela amanzi. Sahamba ezindlini singakwazi ukuthi kule zinto ezinjalo. Sibona nje kuyizibuko kukhanya phakathi sithakathi sijabula. Singakwazi ukuthi kule ndawo ezinjalo. Ngathi sifika khona le sathi sihambe ethole singakwazi ukuthi toilet enjani. Sabona ukubona ama-toilet aflashayo singakwazi ukuthi aflashe.
Nefolo singabona indlovu lezilwane sidla inyama zibongelana. Safika indlovu sazangena esikepeni emanzini isikepe sagade from machine.
Honorable Phuti is grateful to the First Lady and the government for this initiative, which is inclusive and non-discriminatory.
In her last visit, she spent unusual time with people of Makulela and Bululima. Unusual because of the whole day that she dedicated, but also that when she made an undertaking that she was going to take some members of the Sen community to Victoria Falls to make them appreciate their country and to make them build confidence that should yield positivity to the country's development. And indeed she did that through various agencies. And as you may have heard testimonies from these people, it was amazing to them. Today we see a Sen community child who has confidence, who understands she is a component of Zimbabwe, and whom we want to take from this stage where we've been led by my Exilia Mnangagwa to make them leaders and participate in the development and various other growths of the country.
The Khoisan community is excited as their existence is now appreciated and noticeable. They now have a gardening project also initiated by the First Lady. They are now farmers and not gatherers anymore. Let's take a short break and please do not go away.
Kambe kolema, 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 wakankwetu. Kambe kolema, 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 wakankwetu. Toti mwana, mwana sna mai wakankwetu. Toti mwana, mwana sna mai wakankwetu. Lave tibul, tibula, tibula, tibul, tibul, tibula, tibula, tibul. O monas na tate, tibula, tibula, tibul. O monas na mai, tibula, tibula, tibul, tibul, tibula, tibula, tibul, tibul, tibula, tibula. Wa miliga wa lova, tibula, tibula, wa miliga wa hunya, tibula, tibula, tibula.
Welcome back to Constituents Talk. Efforts to integrate the Khoisan community into a modern-day society has seen the government registering them through the provision of birth certificates and identity cards.
Indaba emabhethi le yabuya ile siyayithakazela kakhulu ngoba owayengela sithupha ongela bhethi ngiyabona baba wonke umuntu bamthathe wathatha isithupha lebhethi yakhe sakubona lokho ukuthi akhiphe abantu bazothathela abantu emakhaya ukuthi ngoba kuye plumtree lapha nasuka lapha imali eningi kanti sokuhamba amakhumbi ugada ama-100 randa ngawungelayo uzayithatha ngaphi i-100 eyodwa awusabuyisa uthole eplumtree uma sakubona ukuthi alethe emakhaya kanye esikolweni lapha koMakulela.
Kube luhlelo futhi aleluzelo lwama-birth certificate alulwana lujabulisa abantu kakhulu ngoba abantu lapha izalukazi abantwana bebengela ama-birth certificate okuyikho kade kubangela ukuthi abantwana vele bengafiki even kufomu bebesuka lapha labakhulu la bengatholi umsebenzi bebefunda nje from grade 1 maybe bephelela ku-6 because most ya grade 7 sekufuneka i-birth certificate and then kufomu bebengakwanisi ukufika okuyikho kubangela ukuthi bengawazathola kahle umsebenzi umsebenzi akade sifuneka ukufunda. So now laba bekade ufuna ukuthi siyadinga umsebenzi okade ufuna i-passport bengakwanisi ukuyithola ngenxa yokuthi kala sithupha kala birth certificate. So uhlelo lolu luncedise kakhulu bakithi labantu balujabulele kakhulu bayalubonga and ungazi ukuthi mama singambonga sithini.
Ama-birth certificates uningi lwabantu balindawo baseGoli, omama balapha. Kwesi sikhathi umama la useGoli, abantwana balogogo ekhaya. Umthetho wezolo ubungavumi ukuthi ugogo ngathathisa abantwana bomntwana ama-birth certificates. Bekuwomile sibili kuqinile kakhulu, but khathesi njengoba sekuthe abantu bonke bathathwa ama-birth certificates, especially lapha koMakulela, isani community le esilayo ibivele ihlalele egangeni, ingejwayelanga ukuhlala ndawonye labantu. Babebonanga nabantu bayabahlupha, babathatha njengezigqili zabo. So ke khathesi ukufika kukamama lapho first lady kwenze ukuthi abantu bazibone besondela eduze. Iphathi kuyincedisile kakhulu. Ngethemba ukuthi ama-voters azazalwa yile iprogram eyenziwe first lady iza kuba nkulu kakhulu, izancedisa ku-population strength yalindawo abantu ukuze banini.
Ndo isilungelani chuma nibuda kuthaithwayi ndoboka kwazo mati hisila zithupa ngweni ndo chivaga vose vamwe vanhu kukhango awusina swithupa no vonga tumuka akale ndashivene makole manga pa ndashikula ndokwanisa vakanzi ndixina swithupa ntoka ndakhola tovoka kwazo kuna
President ordered that there be indiscriminate issuance of death certificates and other related documents to people here. As I speak today, I'm proud to say I'm standing on the soils of Zimbabwe, surrounded by people of Zimbabwe, believing in the visionary leadership of our government, but also having their identity particulars for the first time in history.
In order to keep the momentum started by the First Lady, Amai Auxilia Mnangagwa, Honorable Dingimuzi Phuti organized a Thanksgiving meeting to celebrate the success of the initiative and the trip to Victoria Falls.
When leadership in the gravity of the First Lady visits your place and implements programs, it is a challenge that you should start sustaining those programs. So what we do is we make sure that the garden that she taught people here does not die. Farming skills that she has taught people are not forgotten. Teachings that she has given to girls and boys are not thrown away. Wealth that she has created through wisdom and donations are not in vain. We are always in this place and indeed everywhere else to make sure that we work on that vision. We sustain those dreams and we sustain those programs that she has initiated. And it makes my work very easy as a legislator because a compass has been drawn for me. I know the cardinal points are pointing northwest, southeast. Easily I know where to find what. So this is a very good template that our leaders are setting for us so that we then follow on those perforations to know how to sustain such programs. To have such fortunes and not meet to celebrate and talk about it is not adequate. It is unusual. So this is solely a function of thanking the President and thanking the First Lady Mai Auxilia Mnangagwa.
Village head Mrs. Machena Ngube is grateful to the First Lady for the trip to Victoria Falls, and she requested for another trip to a different destination.
Tachibuya tachiwe na zvikava tachiva ku Victoria Falls kumtingina muzivula titana from China kwatijabulisa kwazo mme batijabulisa kwazo Mai Mnangagwa.
Safe and clean drinking water is essential to human being survival, and the Khoisan community had a borehole drilled for drinking water and gardening. And the government is also drilling more boreholes across Bululima West constituency to ease water shortages.
This bush pump model here at Headman Makulela Phuti Homestead community in Bululima West part, which lies into Mangwe district, is amongst the 13 that we have throughout the constituency. And within a space of about 4 months. This is a government-to-government agreement between government of Zimbabwe and the government of China to provide water, safe water, drinking water for people in our rural communities. So I had to spread these across the constituency because I targeted most dry areas, and this is amongst them. You're going to realize that we'll have a lot of them spread across but we've also had an opportunity to find some grant from other well-wishers, and we've had some boreholes especially targeted to other drier communities and schools. So it's one of our pillars to target water and sanitation.
Umgodi lo is benefiting abantu bakithi abaningi labakuwathi 2 babuya bezokha lapha ngoba ngabona ukuthi mina indawo le umgodi lapha uzanceda abantu abaningi. So kuhle kakhulu ngoba amanzi ayimpilo, amanzi adingeka kakhulu njengesikhathi nesesikiso ese-COVID. So engilethemba lokuthi khona imigodi eminingi sisayidinga kule ndawo yakithi umango wasemangwe khona lapha kuwa 12 and 2.
Let's go for a short commercial break. We'll be right back.
Welcome back to the third and final segment of Constituents Talk, where we are in Bululima West constituency. The Malaichas have been in existence for a number of years, but have been known to be illegal courier service providers. But the coming in of the Second Republic has seen the Malaichas getting recognition. Their operations have now been legalized, having been registered as Malaysia Courier Services Trust.
I'm happy to say that our couriers from South Africa, who are popularly known as Malaicha, have been doing such a great job to sustain the economy of Matabeleland. And this has been happening for many years. But of note is that they have approached me for assistance in terms of regularization of their work.
Takatangisa Toyugulaicha 1989. Tihinga tili kuhekwen layo atinoti illegal operating from South Africa to Zim talingilila kwazo zvinoveli kuti vanhu vasingakwanise kuve nazvo muno vanhu vanjenji vanohengila mutisapora outside the country so vanoveyemulahisa chinonga mari vehisa mpahla takatangisa tisa door to door ndizvo tikave nevulemo gwekuti inohinga vulemo kwataihangana nago ndi mumabhodha tikaona kuti toviwa kuti tohinga tilipa hekweni layo so tikave titama nhlanhla amai president Mnangagwa vakasvika kaMakulela vamwe vedu vakavepo vakave nekuzvililila paonly kuti ungati tina vulemo 1 2 3 so akave milikila vopeho kweti pasi lazi kuti tingasvika kuHarare tikaregister nto ikarecognizewa pasiko ehango.
Ama benefits ukuthi iMalaicha Courier Service Trust isiza njani singabantu abahamba emgwaqweni uthola ukuthi imoto mhlambe iba neaccident iyacha iyawa and then awusena backup but ngokuregister sikwenzileyo senzela khona ukuthi if you are a member siyakwazi ukuthi ufonele ku company naleyo eofisini ukuthi hayi sengine problem lapha imoto yami siwile sidinga omunye oyimember ongahambanga abuya azokusiza ukwenzela ukuthi izinto zabantu zihambe ziyofika ngoba mawusowele imoto sibiye nathi sifuni umuntu uqhatsha umuntu ozafuna imali kuwe uzothola imoto yokuvusa imoto yakho. Elizweni oMalaicha basiza kakhulu kubantu ababe besele elizweni. oMalaicha bakwanisa ukuthi basuke eSouth Africa, eNamibia, eMozambique lezinto abaziphathiswe ngabantu abasebenza kulawo mazwe abalama permit ukuthi basebenze kulelo lizwe bese bethwalela labo bantu impahla, igrocery, imali bakwanisa ukuthwala kubuye ekhaya.
This is a milestone achievement which sees us managing to mobilize people who were formerly antagonistic to government, but who are today realizing that it is important to work with the Second Republic because it is genuine, it is sincere, it has got tangible programs on the ground.
Bukalanga ndiyo hango yedu, Bukalanga ndiyo hango yedu, Bukalanga ndiyo hango yedu, Bukalanga ndiyo hango yedu. ati cho zana zana chona naela chandikumbuza kanyi, cho zana zana chona naela chandikumbuza kanyi.
Radio Bukalanga is one of the community radio stations that were awarded operating license, and they have hit the ground running to ensure that they start operating by January 2022.
Tilibe Radio Bukalanga taka bene gwenda kulefu kwazo ukuthi tiwane license taka apply license golela kapela license yedu yazinayikabe ikabuda nezi 18 za October.
Tashiwana radio broadcasting equipment kunoti pakati kwa November inove yachisvika kose ne furniture ngwenwali tishalebesana ne Plumtree Town Council kuti pamwe tingawana ma premises ekuti ti set up radio station yakhona in terms of studio kose nema offices ndizo hayi takahana kwazo takalingilila kuti gole lithi linopela pamwe siyo tingabe tabe mu mepo takalingilila kuti Radio Bukalanga se radio echaba inobasa kwazo mufumbila kwechaba kwazo takalinga kuti kove kwabe nanga yekuti luzivo information iende kuvanhu nemawi echava ehwakale kakale ipapo ndizo ke inobe yabe tsime kunobe ili kuti kuhangana wose enkalanga enqa ipapo enqa luzivo epedza nyota kakale nepfumbila kwechava chipfumbila chava chose chove chachivene kuti chobhatika muili kose mukuilaula nemuzvinhu zvinove zvidusiwa muna iyo radio ndizo kotama kuti chava ke chichipfumbila inove Radio Bukalanga ili hwehu yebukalanga inomimilila pfumbila kwebukalanga.
Bonangani izasincedisa ukuthi si broadcast our own music as artists singatshoni sihambela endaweni ezikhatshana sithole lathi i-platform yokuthi advertise our music locally and yakwanisa la ukuthi fike njani to other places out of our town.
This project that is an indicator of the freedoms that we are beginning to enjoy in this new dispensation. I want to be clear with you when I study the words of President Mnangagwa when he said that no one shall be left behind. Sometimes we are perceived as saying empty statements, but to say no one shall be left behind, I've seen it working, because I thought it was not going to be this possible that we get a radio license. But not only us, a lot of others are saying the same thing about this dream that they didn't think was going to come true. So I want to congratulate Radio Bukalanga, to congratulate people of Bululima and people of Mangwe on their attaining this very important paper and mandate.
That's it in today's edition of Constituents Talk, and we hope you have enjoyed the program. We meet again next week for another exciting episode. It's goodbye for now, and enjoy the rest of your viewing.